to Where I Long to Be, a magical trip report podcast. My name is Virginia, and I am your host. If you are new here, welcome, and I hope you will be back for more. You can learn more about the podcast at my website, which is whereilongtobepodcast.com. If you're planning a trip of your own, you can also use the site to search for episodes of people who are traveling to the same location as you or at the same time of the year. So please check it out. Today's episodes are the last interviews that I did for 2025 trips, and I really think we are ending it with a bang. As you all know, I have a trip I am currently planning to Disneyland Paris for next fall, so I am always excited to talk to somebody who is going there. But today's guest, Carmen, was not only going there, but also to Efteling, which is a theme park in the Netherlands that has been open since even before Walt opened Disneyland in Anaheim. It looks so cool and it's so different, and it's been on my radar for a bit, so it's a goal for me to visit one day. So instead of rambling on, let's just get to our guest so she can tell you all about it herself. Please welcome Carmen. Welcome to the podcast, Carmen.
Hi, Virginia. It's so exciting to meet you.
Oh, it's exciting to meet you too. I'm super excited about this trip. I am really looking forward to our conversation because this is a big one for you. Where are you going and for how long?
My husband and I are heading out December 6th,
Mm-hmm.
Saturday, and we are traveling to Leipzig, Germany to meet our daughter, who will be finishing up her study abroad. She's been there
Mm-hmm.
since September, the beginning of September, and we haven't seen her. And Mama's heart is
Hmm.
missing her greatly. I'm also a mother of a single child like yourself, so I think I kind of connected to you there when you're talking about your son. And when I hear him, it just kind of gives me the feels too.
Hmm.
That was pretty cool. We are there for 14 days. We come back this Saturday,
Mm-hmm.
the 20th. But during that time, we'll be shooting off to different parts of Europe and visiting cities that we've been to, some new cities to us. But of course, it includes a trip to Disneyland Paris,
Mm-hmm.
uh, December 8th through the 12th. And then shortly after that, we head to Amsterdam. Uh, and then we will visit Efteling, which is in Netherlands, outside of Rotterdam. So we're
Mm-hmm.
excited to visit that. That's something that's popped up on my Yahoo feeds and some of the Disney influencers and podcasters that I watch or YouTubers. They've mentioned this, so it just kind of stuck out when my daughter would mention she was going to be there. I thought, well, maybe this is our opportunity. So we
Mm-hmm.
booked it.
That's so exciting. I have been wanting to go to Efteling myself, and so I'm really, really pumped about talking to somebody who's actually getting to do it. Tell
Yeah.
me a little bit about your history, Carmen. What is your connection to Disney? Have you always been connected to Disney, or is this, something new within your adulthood?
Well, actually, I visited Disney when and I'm going to show my age here. My parents took the family of five of us we drove from San Antonio to Florida. And I remember little things, but
Mm-hmm.
I was only four. So this was 1974.
Mm-hmm.
And so mom and dad, I don't know how or why. I think it was mainly around NASA. I do remember visiting NASA, again through pictures. It sparks memories for me. But
Mm-hmm.
mom and dad took us, and it's funny because since they both passed and we've cleaned out the house, we've came across the stubs because they
Mm-hmm.
used to give us e-ticket books or ticket books, and the we had the empty books that mom saved, and I have some of our old maps. They're hanging on the wall, but I don't think they're visible. And so I have that visit. That was my first visit. And then when I was in college, a friend of mine was taking her family, and they invited me to go as a nanny and take care of the kids while they were doing her husband was interviewing for a job out there, and so
Okay.
while he was visiting with them or going to dinners, I had the kids, and they included a trip to Disney and said all you have to do is pay for your ticket to Disney, and everything else is paid for. So I was like, all right, and had a great time. And then when my daughter was 4 or 5, it was a year she was turning 5, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So in 2009, I was working with a friend. She was actually my mentor, and we'd done some conventions together and conferences where we would go speak to students in college in STEM. And as a mechanical engineering student, I participated in these programs when I was in college as well. But as a professional in the work environment, they were looking for people to, work with the students and basically coordinate and moderate these sessions.
Mm-hmm.
So it just happened during that time. I'd been doing it for years before I got pregnant, and now, I had the child, and she was turning 5 this year, and it happened that we were going to be in Long Beach. And
Mm-hmm.
so I told my husband, I said, well, we'd always talked about, and we had this trip booked to Disney World for her 5th birthday. And I said, the conference is in, and Long Beach. We're like so close. We should go to Disneyland. And he was all for it. So we
Mm-hmm.
had hotel accommodations, and all we needed was tickets to the park. So we jumped on the opportunity. So not only did we take her to Disney World on her 5th birthday, and experience that in September of that year, in October we went for the conference and also visited Disneyland. And
Mm-hmm.
then the conference was booked 3 years following that year, 3 years at Walt Disney World in Florida. So we went those 3 years and visited, and we always stayed at the what is the conference center hotel, Coronado. So that's all we knew. And after that stint and no longer going with the conference, we were like, well, we'll go on our own. So we made a couple of trips after that, but I would say in total, since my daughter's been around, we've probably visited about 12 times. And just over the years, we try to go every other year. The last time we went was in 2023 when she graduated, and that was at Disneyland. So we got a long history with Disney. We love Disney, and it's great to see her. She's 21 now. She's taken over the reins and more involved with the planning, especially in 23. She was, 18 at that time, and she was leading us on and booking our rides on Genie, and so it's pretty, proud mama moment in addition to everything else, but it has definitely had an impact, and so I felt comfortable with her venturing off. She's currently in Leipzig, Germany, doing a study abroad. She's been gone for the past 3 months, almost 3 months, and I think the Disney exposure, Disney planning, I felt comfortable, like she was going to be able to manage that. She's been sending us pictures. She visited so many different countries during her stay there, and she was in Italy and took pictures. And I was pulling up pictures from Epcot, and I'm like, we've been there. We've done that, and just jokingly between us because it's the same monuments from these beautiful cities that, she's
Mm-hmm.
getting to experience real, for real. So it's pretty
Mm-hmm.
amazing.
That's
Pretty amazing.
incredible. Is
Yeah.
this her first study abroad experience?
Yes. Yes, it
Okay.
is.
Does she go to school far from where you live, which I think I wrote down as Liberty Hill, Texas, but I don't know where in the state that is.
Liberty Hill, Texas is about 30 miles outside of Austin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we are northwest, and if you've ever heard of Sun City Retirement in Georgetown, Texas, we're like 20 minutes from there.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes to school at Abilene Christian University in Abilene, which is about 3 hours west of us.
Okay.
So,
So
yeah,
close enough that she could come home if she needed to, but far enough
yeah,
away that she's off doing her own thing.
exactly.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay. who all is going to be on this trip with you? Just the three of you? Are you meeting up with anybody else along the way?
Just the three of us.
Okay. And what is your husband's name?
Ray. His name is Ray.
Okay. Oh, like the lightning bug.
Yeah,
Tiana.
yeah, yeah.
And what is your daughter's name?
Raymond. Yeah, we joke. Yeah. Oh, Raymond. Bella. She's always gone by Bella. Her name is Isabella, and
Hmm.
so it might be interchanged. She seems to be taking on the Isabella more
Hmm.
in the recent, I guess, months, really.
I grew up being called Jenny when I was young.
Okay.
And when I went away to college, I started going by Virginia in class. Like I had sort of a gradual transition. So I would go by Virginia in class. I just wouldn't bother to correct anybody on the
Yeah.
rolls during the first
Mm-hmm.
days. But then for my friends, I would still let them call me Jenny, but I would always specify that it was spelled with a G. So there are people in my
Yeah.
life that call me Jenny with a G. Like that is my name, is Jenny with a
Ginny with
G.
the G. Yeah.
And then once I graduated college and moved to New York City, I just went full on transition and just started Virginia
Virgin.
100% of the time. And it's funny because now the only people who call me Jenny are people who have known me for a really long time and like my family. But
Yeah.
my husband doesn't even call me Jenny because
Isn't
he's
that
always known
funny?
me as Virginia. So it's like we have our formal names. Like his family calls him Charlie, and I call him Charles because that's what I've always known him as. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, so I get, making the transition between your childhood name
Yeah.
and your grown-up version of your name. I get it.
It's funny. Yeah.
All right, let's get into all the details of this trip because it's a
Okay.
long one. So I imagine that you're probably flying out of Austin. Is that correct?
Actually, no, we have a
Mm,
direct flight out of Dallas, so we are going ahead. It's like a 3-hour drive for us, so we're gonna make that trek. It's a late, I think it's a 4 o'clock flight, if I remember correctly,
mm-hmm.
and so we have plenty of time to get there. And the option of staying when we come return, or between the three of us driving, we'll make it back home. So we'll figure that out.
Okay. All right. And it flies direct to where? Where are you landing?
Frankfurt.
Okay.
Frankfurt, and then Frankfurt's about a 45-minute flight to Leipzig, which
Okay.
uh, originally when I made the plans in April, we were leaving Friday and getting there Saturday, so we would have had like a day and a half in Leipzig.
Mm-hmm.
But something happened, and a few weeks later, it was in May sometime, the airline reached out and said they had a change in their flights, and so our flight was shifted to depart on Saturday the 6th. So we lost a day there, and we're going to be kind of scrambling to take in her villa and her where she was spending
Mm-hmm.
most of her time, and then before we head to Monday the 8th, we have a flight out early in the morning from Leipzig to Frankfurt to Paris.
All right. So what time is your flight on Monday?
It's at 6 a.m.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's an early flight. I think we arrive in Paris around 2. No,
Okay.
it can't be that late. It might be earlier. I think I looked at so many different flights. I honestly can't recall, but I'm looking forward to, spending as much time as we can there. Unfortunately, we won't be able to do much venturing too far from Leipzig on Sunday, because we'll get in, since we travel Saturday, we leave Saturday, we actually don't arrive there until Sunday, um, in the
Ah,
early
okay.
morning. Yeah,
So you essentially have one full day
one
there.
full day. Yeah.
Okay. So that's going to be a little bit
It,
of a race to see everything
yeah.
you want to see.
Yeah, with the time change and everything, jet lag, but we'll manage through it. I figure
Mm-hmm.
we'll be excited. Just
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to see her. So
And I remember that you had told me when you were letting me know what your plans were in advance of our interview that you have been to Disneyland Paris before.
we actually have, yeah.
So this is your second trip.
Right.
So how long ago was the first trip to Disneyland Paris?
2019.
Okay.
She was played soccer, and ever since she was young, and she was part of a club soccer team, and they always offered these summer, travel opportunities. It wasn't required, it was
Mhm.
leisure, and, they would find soccer teams for them to play with when they were there.
Mhm.
And it just so happened to be the Women's World Cup. So we were like, we have to take this opportunity. This is
Mhm.
an opportunity, great opportunity. And the excursion, I think it was a 10-day excursion or 10-day trip.
Mhm.
And we had a private bus. We didn't know anybody else going on this trip. Everyone was from the Austin area. We all met at the airport, loaded up, and it wasn't until I guess we arrived in Brussels and we met our tour guide that was going to be with us for the duration. He had the plan the trip included several games. I think it was two games, and one of them was guaranteed an American game. So we watched some other countries play, and then we got to watch the U.S. women's team play. And we extended our trip 3 days to go to Disneyland Paris and pick up another game, another U.S. game.
Mhm.
So that was in June of 2019, and just in time before the whole world shut down.
Yeah, truly.
Yeah. So it was
Okay.
really a great experience. We are very comfortable and we know what to expect with the train out of Paris de Gaulle.
Mhm.
And so, we've got that down.
Okay. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to hearing how all this goes for you. I have got my own trip to Disneyland Paris on the books now,
Oh,
but it
yay.
is
Yeah, I've
not
heard you talking
until,
about it.
yeah, so it's not until when is it? September, late September.
Uh-huh.
Uh
Okay.
so it's going to be a while,
Oh,
but
wonderful.
getting really excited about it. So,
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
right. So you're getting into Paris in the early afternoon, you think?
Yes, yes. So we'll head to the resort. We're booked at the Sequoia Lodge. I'm excited because I'm a big
Mhm.
Chippendale fan. Um, and I understand they're going through renovations, but
Mhm.
so very low expectations. I'm watching some
Mhm.
of the videos online, some of the YouTube posts, and I'm like, okay, well, it's just a room, right? So
Mhm.
we're looking forward to staying there. The last time we were there, we stayed at um, it was Cars themed, and I can't remember what they call it, but it was
Oh, I know what you're
adorable.
talking about. I think it's one of the resorts that's a little bit farther away, of the
Yes,
Disney
yeah.
resorts. Yeah, so it involves a bus.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
it
I
does.
can't
But
remember what it's called, but
it's like a desert thing. Santa Fe. Santa Fe is
there
what
you
I
go.
believe it's
There you
called.
go.
And
Yeah.
it was, she loves cars and ever since she was younger, so and even more so when she was in high school. But
Mhm.
they had even the walkways through you know going from building to building had little yellow hash marks in between, the
Uh-huh.
pathway, so it was really
Yeah.
cute. But yeah, we enjoyed that, but this time we're looking forward to staying really close, um
Mhm.
and just walking on over. It's small, it really is, so we know we're there 8th, 9th, 10th, no, 9th, yeah, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. That's 5 days. And we booked this longer trip because I just want to enjoy the holiday decor and all of
Mhm.
that, and visit the other resorts and take
Mhm.
those in, as well as we do plan to head into the city. We during June, and keep this in mind if you make that adventure as well. We were there in June and the days are long. We did not realize how long they were. Beneficial when you're touring, great when you're walking around the
Mhm.
city or in daylight. But when you want to see the Paris lights and the Eiffel Tower lit up, we
Oh, that's
just
true.
couldn't we just couldn't hang. We just couldn't do it. So we were like, we'll come back. Someday we'll come back. So we're getting
Uh-huh.
back. We're gonna see it.
Oh,
Nights
fantastic.
are night they have, I guess, the sun sets earlier now this time of the year, so we're definitely
Mhm.
gonna get a chance to see it and enjoy the sparkles.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
it's going to be beautiful. In looking at Sequoia Lodge, because it was one that we considered, we're going to be staying at the New York Hotel, the Art
Oh yeah.
of Marvel, partially because we wanted to get a suite, and it was the most
Hmm.
affordable option for a suite. And we also were only looking at the ones that were super close to the parks. Um, but the Sequoia Lodge reminded me, of course, of Wilderness Lodge and of the Grand
Yeah.
Californian. Have you stayed at either of those two resorts in the
No.
US? Okay, so
Mm-mm.
this is going to be your
No.
first of this sort of style. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm a big
Yeah.
Chip and Dale fan myself, so it's very tempting to just go over there because I feel so at home at Wilderness Lodge, but
Heck
it's
yeah.
nice to
And then
try
I
something new.
believe if I heard correctly, they'll have, majority or they'll have started renovations earlier in the year, so you might be able to see some of the, updates by then
Yeah, yeah, I'll
while
definitely
you're
be
there.
taking a look. All right. So, how many park days do you get with this? Because Disneyland Paris works a little bit differently, where your tickets are part of your
Right.
resort booking. So, how many days of tickets do you have? Is it 5?
Yeah, it is. It's all five. And we considered stopping, like staying at, I think it's a lease or something, like a
Mm-hmm.
train stop away. But, you know, it's really so financially
Mm-hmm.
affordable,
Yeah.
much more than US, but it is smaller. And
Mm-hmm.
I, recognize too, there's a lot of construction going on with Frozen, so
Mm-hmm.
I think we'll be fine. We'll just, take a lot in. Uh, and just looking forward to it. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
there we do want to relax too.
Yeah.
And I have to keep that focus because last time we were in Europe, it was nonstop. And I have had, since that trip, I have had 2 knee replacements. So I've got
Okay.
brand new knees. I'm excited. I'm ready to go and handle the
Okay.
cobblestones.
Well, I have a feeling that based on the length of the flights and the fact that you're going to have one day running around like crazy trying to see where your daughter's been, enjoying her semester and all of
Yeah,
that, that I think the tiredness is just going to make you kind of go a little bit slower.
I
So
think so. Yeah.
that's what my feeling is. Um, so have you made any dining reservations in advance?
Well, I took a poll in the family. I made two, but the one that we had to do was Chez Remy,
Mm-hmm.
which ironically, the ride is down for refurbishment, but it's
Oh.
the same. We've done it. We did it when we were there before Epcot opened up, um, and so we're good with that. We were just, excited to see the
Mm-hmm.
restaurant because we could see it. What a lot of people they don't often mention is when you exit out of Remy's ride in Paris, you see the restaurant and it's
Mm-hmm.
glass. And I'm hoping someday they do consider doing something similar there in Epcot because it's just so cute. It
I
just
know. It looks
Everything is
adorable.
so adorable. The details that they went through, it's just Disney details.
Mhm.
So we're excited to try that, and just be in that and get the pictures and the selfies and have all that
Yeah.
fun. So
Yeah. What was your other reservation you made in
I
advance?
I booked a what was it called? Pirate something. Um, I forget what the name of it is, but I canceled it because I was like, I
Ah,
looked at the menu. My husband's not a seafood person, and
okay.
there really wasn't anything spectacular on there. But I just thought, oh,
Mhm.
it was available. Chez Remy, as hard as it was, I guess because I was able to book third 60. I can't remember if it was 60 days or 30 days, but as soon as it must have been 60 because I booked that one and it was really easy. So I was like, okay, done. And then I was looking
I think you
again.
can actually book further because I already have a
Really? Yeah.
reservation for Chez Remy, and
Oh,
mine
a
is like
year?
almost a year away. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. But
Yeah. So
I had
I
no
saw it and I was
trouble.
like, I might as well go ahead and get it now before,
Hmm.
it gets competitive. Because that was the one because of how cute it is,
Yeah,
where I was
yeah.
like, because honestly, I haven't heard that great of things about the food there.
Same. Yeah.
So I'm purely booking that just for the ambiance and for the vibes.
Absolutely. Same,
So
same. Yeah. So yeah, that was the one request we had. The food is, I mean, I don't recall it being overwhelming, but
Mm-hmm.
I have heard and seen on some of the YouTube posts or
Mm-hmm.
videos that there are some market little booths that they put up for the season
Mm-hmm.
outside of the Small World area, right where the ride is. And
Mm-hmm.
so they rave about those, like, the melted cheese on the bread. And I mean, you
Mm-hmm.
can't go wrong in Paris with bread and
Yeah,
cheese. So,
true. Very true.
so I'm looking forward to that.
What do you know off the top of your head what day that reservation is for? Is it for your first day?
The ninth. No, it's actually the second day. I
Okay,
don't know if this will
the
interfere. I'm
ninth.
looking at my calendar because I do have that everything booked out. Yeah, it's at 4:30. We have a 4:30 reservation on the ninth, Tuesday the ninth.
Okay.
So,
Are you planning to take advantage of any of their I can't remember what it's called, but basically their skip the line type
Premiere
of
Pass?
access?
Yes.
Yes. Mhm.
Yes. Because it's a holiday, and I think I was just looking at it, so I knew you would probably ask. I think it was 120 a person.
Mhm.
And I went ahead and did that. And I know it's probably throwing money away because when we were there initially, either the rides were closed, or just not working. But I'm hoping in that 5-day period we will get to ride
Mhm.
Pirates. Pirates was closed in 2019 when we were there
Mhm.
in June. I don't know why. And then Remy's was up and down, and we almost didn't get to ride it until our last day, and
Mhm.
we got on. So that was really cool. But we did get the Premier Pass, and I think it's pretty limited. I don't think there's a whole lot on their list of available rides that
Mhm.
are on that list.
Hmm.
But I just figure, we like the rides, we want the experience, and we'll do it.
Mhm.
My top rides are um, Pirates and Thunder Mountain. I really
Mhm.
enjoyed those, and Phantom Manor is really cool.
Yeah, I hear a lot of people say that Big Thunder Mountain is their favorite at
Yeah,
Disneyland Paris.
it's amazing. It's so unique and different, and the fact that you go underwater. I mean, you can't knock that. Or
Mhm.
under, not under, that you go
Yeah,
underwater. You
you go
cross
under.
to
I
the
mean,
island.
that
Yeah,
that makes it sound like you're like actually
we're not
going through
we're not
water. Like nobody's
submerged. Yeah.
yeah. Nobody's getting wet. It's not like the Finding Nemo ride at Disneyland, which PS is the worst ride ever. Have you ever done that one before?
Which one?
The
The
Finding Nemo submarine ride at
I
Disneyland?
can't. I
It is
can't.
the worst.
I'm
Ma
claustrophobic. I
I am
just
too, and I made
yeah.
myself do it when I was
I
there
heard you.
in June,
Yeah.
and I will never ever do it again. It was the worst. And then it was so funny because I was watching I don't know if you follow, Jarendell on
No.
TikTok or YouTube.
Okay.
Um, I follow him on I guess I follow him on TikTok and Instagram. His name is Jarendell, and he's
Okay.
just so positive and fun. And anyway, he had one that literally came up in my feed yesterday, and it was like, "What's the worst ride in Disney?" And he
He mentioned.
like he did like a fake out and he was like, just kidding, it's not that, it's the Finding Nemo submarine ride because you're submerged underwater for almost 20 minutes next to people. You cannot go anywhere, the seats are small,
I.
the
Mm-mm.
stairs are terrible, it's the worst. So
Yeah.
yeah,
No.
so you're not going underwater like that, folks. That's
No.
not what we're talking about.
No.
You're literally
A
kind of
tunnel.
going a little tunnel. um okay, so those are your top three that you're looking forward to. Is there anything that is new since the last time you went in terms of rides or experiences?
I think, wait, there might be, yes, there is the roller coaster in the like Marvel themed area.
Oh,
And
the Iron Man coaster.
yeah, that one
Uh-huh.
was under construction while we were there. And so that one is open now. We'll get
Okay.
to try that. And I understand it's similar to Rock and Roller Coaster. So,
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Are
yeah.
you an adventurous ride goer?
Not so much. I'm like,
Okay.
the two of you can ride together because my husband and Bella are, they love the I forget what it's called, Space Mountain version there.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
I
Hyperspace
just,
Mountain.
yeah, I just couldn't bring myself to do it. It was the end of the trip, and I was like, I don't want to get sick. I just don't.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be fine. Y'all go. I'll be fine. But this time, I think I'm gonna try it out. I found that for whatever reason, I don't know if it's true or not, but earplugs work for me.
Oh,
If I
really?
ride something, if as long as I have my earplugs, even at Disney World, if I'm on Thunder Mountain, I put my earplugs on, I'm good. Because it's more the screaming and the sounds that really get to me. Um, so so far so good. So I'm gonna stick with that and keep my earplugs with me.
That's an interesting trick to try for
Yeah.
anybody who's
Yeah.
prone to that sort of thing. Okay. All right. Was Crush's Coaster there last time you were there?
Yes, yes. And
Okay.
I didn't, that was another one. I was like, I don't know about this spinning. I don't know. Y'all go ahead. And they loved it. They must have ridden that about 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm looking forward to doing that one with
Okay.
them. Yeah.
Okay.
And as far as other things, there are shows.
Mm-hmm.
I don't recall doing any shows when we were there the first time in 2019, but I do know that they have special ones for Christmas, like they have sing along, the Frozen sing along, which is
Mm-hmm.
Olaf's Christmas songs from his shorts that are on the Disney Plus
Mm-hmm.
streaming, and then there's a Mickey show. So I tried to book those, but those you can't book out until it's 7 days prior.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna
Okay.
work on getting those. But I'm watching current YouTubers and just trying to get all the tips I can. And they're like, you really don't have to book this out. And I'm thinking, well, it's the beginning of December, you would think, but
Mm-hmm.
they're like, these really don't fill up. So I don't know.
Hmm.
I think I'll probably go ahead and they're like $12 a piece.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
was like, it's kind of worth it for my
Well,
sanity.
yeah. Yeah, and just to have that peace of mind. I mean, when you're
Hmm.
coming from the US parks, we are in such a mindset of like, you got to book early. You got to
Yeah. Yeah.
it's going to get gone. So I don't blame you.
Exactly.
And for $12 a person, it's like you might as well. Then you'll just feel
Yeah.
more
Exactly.
laid back, and that's what you want for this trip.
Hmm. Hmm. And we have so Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and
Mhm.
what is that? Friday, I guess, is the 12th.
Mhm.
And
That's your
so
checkout day.
yeah, we'll check out, but we've got a early flight. I
Okay.
gotta look up my schedule for that. So, we've got time. I'm not worried about
Mhm.
that. It's
Yeah.
just yeah, we have a 12:35 flight from Paris to Amsterdam on Friday. So, I don't
Okay.
think we'll be getting to the park.
And when you get into Amsterdam,
Hmm.
how far do you have to travel to get to Efteling?
It looks to be about 45-minute car drive. So we haven't figured out that detail, and it's I I'm not as stressed as I probably should be, but that's the only piece of travel between Amsterdam and Efteling to Bruges that we need to finalize. And so I mean that's just some of the things I wasn't able to book directly, so luckily my daughter's there. I even messed with the VPN to see if I could, figure it out. But
Mhm.
she was able, like for example, we fly into Amsterdam, and that is kind of like in one of all the three of us we is a bucket list, and we've always wanted to go. She wasn't able to fit it into her travels while she was there um, studying, so. I said, well, we have one day, and the only thing we wanted to do was go to Anne Frank's house. So
Mhm.
I knew and heard and read that you have to book that out, and they release tickets every Tuesday,
Mhm.
60 days out. And so I was checking and checking. I couldn't book it. A week went by. She was traveling, so I didn't get to like get with her to try and do it. But finally, she got online. She's like, okay, they're booked. And she's like, I had no trouble, but it just would not take my credit card. I tried two different credit cards. I tried my husband's credit card, and I was like, there's just something wrong. Different browsers. I was even in touch with them, via email because I was like, I'm trying to book
Mhm.
this, and I want to make sure it didn't go through. They said, no, it shows that you tried, but you need to make a payment. And I was like, well, I can't. It's not taking it. So
Mm-hmm.
they suggested different browsers, which I encountered when I was booking Efteling as well. So yeah, just some weird
Mm-hmm.
VPN, I believe is what it is. Things that we have to compete with.
Are you doing Anne Frank's house on this first day that you arrive in Amsterdam?
We're just passing through basically, and that night we head to
Okay.
Efteling. Yeah, because our
Okay.
reservations start on that 12th.
Okay. Where are you staying once you get out to Efteling?
We're staying there on property, and they, similar to Disney, have several different resorts. And we're staying, gosh, I can't pronounce these things, Lumfis? But this is one thing that really got me excited about Efteling was that I could pick the actual room that I wanted to stay in.
Oh,
There's a
okay.
fee, but I could look on the map and I could pick the actual cabin in this case. I'm looking up the name of it here. So the 12 Lunchland, Efteling
Uh,
Lunchland. And when you open it up and look, you could see, cabin numbers and everything. So I just kind
mm-hmm.
of looked at it. I wanted to get an idea. There are no doors, but like there's two rooms, a bathroom, a little kitchenette, and I was like, wow, that's kind of cute. And I made sure it was closest to the actual building because they also have a building with
Mm-hmm.
rooms, um, like a hotel.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, well, this is the one I want. Can I really just pick it? And sure enough, I can't, I think it was like $40
Mm-hmm.
to pick it, select it. And I was like,
Okay.
what? Why doesn't Disney do this? Why is this so easy? Like I
Uh-huh.
hear all the visits and trip reports, and it seems like everyone is just like, yeah, I chose this place and I put in a request and I wanted to get this. I'm like, man, they could make money.
Yeah.
Please take
Kind
my
of
money.
surprising
Isn't
that
that
they haven't done that. They usually will
isn't
take
that
every
crazy?
opportunity to do
Yeah,
add-ons like that.
yeah. So for $40, I was able to pick our little shack. So I'm excited for that. If you look at the pictures, if you haven't yet, it's pretty neat. Like they have thatch,
Mm-hmm.
roofs,
Oh,
and
cute.
it's
I love
yeah,
that.
it's just so exciting. I'm excited, and that's like a real quick walk to the park.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know how much history, and I hope I didn't get this wrong. We'll have to, what is it? Check my my estimates or whatever. I believe the commitment was this was built in the 60s
Mm-hmm.
before Disney, and they made a commitment that they could only build 11% of the forest.
Oh,
So
okay.
the park, everything, I mean, it's literally surrounded by forest. And then the theming there is based off of Brothers Grimm. And
Mm-hmm.
so they're you're younger than myself, but I don't know if you'll recall like the Hansel and Gretel and Mother Goose and all of those tales. The
Mm-hmm.
the art and the pictures were not Pixar that we know
Right.
to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
little darker. It's a
Right.
little different, but that's how it is there. So like fairies and trolls and
Mm-hmm.
the those little red mushrooms with the white dots, that's kind
Mm-hmm.
of their theming. And it's
Mm-hmm.
just so whimsical and exciting and different, but from what I understand, their rides are pretty epic. And
Okay.
I'm excited for my husband and daughter to get a taste of those. And
Mm-hmm.
um, there's a show called Paris that people have explained and likened to Cirque du Soleil, but
Mm-hmm.
Disney-esque. And I was like, oh, okay. And they raved. There was a couple that I watched that just was complete. They wanted to go another night, but it didn't work into their schedule. So I was like, wow, so I booked that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then I think a dinner at the hotel that we're staying on property there.
Mm-hmm. Do they just have one park or is it multiple parks?
Just one park, one big
Okay.
park. Hmm.
Do they have any kind of Premier Pass type thing to skip lines?
No, I didn't see that, and I haven't seen any of that on the app either. But I mean, it's the holidays, so I know, we'll have some crowds, and we'll just take what we can.
Mhm.
But I'll have to check, and I apologize for not having
That's
that.
okay.
I'll
That's
be
okay.
better on the trip report.
You are
But
fine, Carmen.
it's just, yeah, it's a lot to take in.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I'm just excited. It's something different, and
Yeah.
our family and friends are like, I can't believe you're going out there to go to parks, and you've been to all these places. I'm like, yeah, but they're great places. We can't
Yeah.
not visit them. Of course, Amsterdam is new,
Mhm.
and in London, and we've flown through Heathrow several times,
Mhm.
going, coming and going, but we've never been to London, so that's exciting to
Yeah.
finish off our trip.
Are you going into the park at all that first day when you arrive at Efteling?
No, because it'll be
Okay.
late. We booked a four, I think it's like a 4:30
Mhm.
visit to Anne Frank's house. And
Okay.
so from there, we're allowing us some travel time, and I anticipate we'll get there, after dark, because that's what I was concerned. I'm like, if I try to get there, is there like a Disney, what's it called, the Mears bus? I don't
Mhm.
know what to expect in the
Right.
area. So, wanted to play that safe, and
Mhm.
I even looked at renting cars, which they advertise, oh, it's like $17 a day. I'm like, wow, but then the fees are hundreds of dollars, so it ends up being over $600 to
Oh
rent a
my
car. I'm
word.
like, nope,
Okay.
nope, not doing that. So,
You'll get it figured out.
yeah,
It's gonna all work out. Yeah.
between their rail station and all of the buses, they even have Flix buses, but I that area, because my daughter has used it and her friends, they
Mhm.
traveled overnight, and these buses are not like, I mean, I know what they're like, because we that's similar to the bus we had when we were touring there in
Mhm.
2019, and it was a huge bus with a nice bathroom, like on the bottom level, I guess you could call it,
Mhm.
and we just, it was so comfortable. So, yeah, we're
Mhm.
looking forward to seeing what our options are. If she hasn't booked it already, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Even a private car if necessary.
So you've essentially 2 park days there at Efteling, and
Yeah.
then on Monday the 15th, you're heading to Bruges?
Yeah, I think we'll probably do, like go to the park that day, because like Disneyland Paris, you the stay covers your
Mhm.
your ticket. So we have a ticket for every day that we're there, even checkout. So I think that's one of the days we'll, take the opportunity to pick up anything or go back and revisit some of the things we really liked.
Mhm.
Eat the mini pancakes that everyone raves about as well. So I'm looking forward to that.
So, how are you getting to Bruges, and what time are you leaving for that?
Again, we don't have that one planned yet. That was one of the
Oh,
other ones.
okay.
Not too concerned. There's Rotterdam is a major city nearby, so we can
Mhm.
get a
So,
train, yeah, or
okay.
bus. And we're familiar with Bruges. That's
Okay.
one of the places we visited and fell in love with when we went to Europe the first time.
How many days will you be there?
We will be in Bruges until I think the 17th.
Okay.
And then we have a Eurostar ride, train ride to London, which again, we're going underwater, so I'm excited for that.
Okay, and that happens on the 17th.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, and
Late in the afternoon for that one.
do you have any plans in Bruges besides just uh, hitting up the spots that you know you love?
Uh,
Anything specific that you know, like, yes, we're in fact doing that.
yeah, definitely. There's the Christmas markets are in the central part of town, and
Oh,
as
fun.
I mentioned earlier in my conversation, I have two brand new knees. When I was
Yes.
there, I was not able to walk up the stairs of their clock tower, one of
Mm-hmm.
the huge churches in the middle of the city. So, if you haven't seen it or heard of it, there's a movie with oh gosh, what's his name? It's called In Bruges. It's
Mm-hmm.
an old movie, kind of mobster. It's really not family friendly, but it really highlights the city. And
Mm-hmm.
it's funny because there's a scene in the movie where, this family's going, they said they're going up to they're going to climb the clock tower, and the husband's kind of, not the fittest looking. And they're like, you really going to go? And they're like, yeah, why? And they're like, they just kind of look at him like, well, kind of big bellied look, and
Mm-hmm.
and they were like, oh, how rude.
Mm-hmm.
But I told my husband, I was like, I can do it this time, because I just didn't want to try that out and get
Mm-hmm.
miserably stuck up there, not
Yeah.
able to climb the rest of the stairs. I was like, this time I can handle it. So we're going to do that. Actually, my daughter has a great suggestion, and I think we're going to look for a photographer and do family portraits.
Oh, I love that
Yeah.
idea.
Well,
Oh,
she's
that's an amazing
21,
idea.
and I was like, yeah, you're right. We don't. We've got her senior pictures and everything about her, but not
Mm-hmm.
family,
Yeah.
unless they're Disney. We got great Disney pictures. So yeah, we're looking forward to, doing finding a photographer and doing some family portraits there.
Oh, what a great idea.
Yeah. And
Such
then
a
I've
smart
also
girl. I
She
love
is.
it.
She's really thoughtful. Looking into like a cooking class or candy
Mm-hmm.
making class or something like that. Something,
Mm.
something we would all enjoy and just get a kick out of. We're not big foodies or anything, but we, enjoy learning stuff and
Mm-hmm.
especially enjoying the culture there. And my
Yeah.
husband made some really good friends at a bar, a pub, I guess, as they call it.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Yesterday's World. And she, one of her classmates took a solo trip to Bruges. She went one weekend and visited a couple of little cities, and he went out there and met up with the owners there and told them, he knew my husband. They're like, oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we're friends on Facebook, and we met them, and they're just so kind. And he got the whole pub to say hello on his video to his
Mm-hmm.
family in Texas, and they all said yeehaw. It was just the funniest thing, this whole bar of people, doing that. So my
Mm-hmm.
daughter can't wait to go back and,
Cute.
remind them, my friend, I sent my friend here.
Oh,
So,
that's sweet.
yeah.
Once you get to London on the Eurostar, what
Mhm.
specific plans do you have, if any, in London?
Well, I thought that was going to be a rest stay, as we say in,
Mm-hmm.
Disney trips. I'm looking at my calendar. So we get there. We don't have anything going on that 17th, Wednesday the 17th, but the 18th.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter is a big Taylor Swift fan. My husband went to see her in Dallas when she came through, and
Mm-hmm.
I had a wonderful time. And there's the reference, I think the song is even called Black Dog.
Mm-hmm.
So she insisted we had to go there for dinner. So the 18th,
Mm-hmm.
Thursday, we have reservations to go there. And we're big fans of Ted Lasso. So I forget what the little city, Richmond
Mm-hmm.
is another place we're definitely going to go visit. And then we're doing the bus tour around London to get the lay of the land. And Friday we have reservations or to see Wicked
Oh,
in
fun.
their West End. Music. We like musicals. We went to we enjoyed New York in August of this year
Mm-hmm.
and got to see Aladdin and just had the best time.
Fun.
So yeah, we like musicals and we're looking forward to checking that out.
Okay. And then Saturday the 20th is your departure day?
Yes, yes, we head back to ironic. The airline Lufthansa is based in Germany,
Mm-hmm.
so we head out from Heathrow back to Frankfurt and then head back from there to Dallas.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
And what time are you going to be arriving back in Dallas?
I believe our flight is, we're traveling at 2 in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, so we're gonna see how we feel once we arrive. Like I said, I made a reservation at a hotel nearby
Mm-hmm.
the airport, and actually consider. I'm like, well, maybe we'll drive away far enough. It's a Saturday, get as at least on that side of Dallas, so we're heading home. But we'll see how we feel
Mm-hmm.
between the three of us. I think we'll be fine.
Okay. Wow, what a trip. This is going to be so good. I cannot wait to see your photos. I know you might not have your family photos back at that point
Yeah,
yet,
yeah,
but I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing some of the Christmas market and things like that that you are
yeah.
touring. So
I'm
exciting.
excited to
Yeah.
share.
What a wonderful thing to do, especially during this season.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's what that was the other thing, watching the videos from last year in 2024 and the Christmas were just so beautiful in Paris, Disneyland Paris specifically. I was like, I love that part of Disney, but they seem to kind of step it up there,
Mhm.
and it just looks so gorgeous. So
Mhm.
we've done Disney World Christmas and had a wonderful time there, but it's exciting. We never grow tired of Disney. It
Mhm.
it just, yeah, take my money. Just take my money.
Yep, my money and my heart belong to the mouse.
Yeah, yeah. I just, can't complain. I should more, but I don't.
Oh.
They just they just do things right, and we compare that a
Mhm.
lot. How would I, apply it to home, apply it to work, and
Mhm.
it's like there's just so much that they get right.
Yeah, and I
And
have to say that like as much as there is to do and to see and all of those things that, you know, presumably the money that you're paying is going towards those things. To me, it's
mhm,
more about the feeling it's getting me.
mhm,
And that is
mhm.
priceless.
It is.
Yeah.
And the fact that I could share that with my husband and my daughter, and
Yeah.
we just get in that, zone, and
Mhm.
we're just it's happy. And
Mhm.
it's funny, we've been to the parks and in several occasions, and we're like, oh, we feel bad for these parents that are struggling with a tired child, and it's a lot. It's a overstimulation.
Mhm.
Um, and I just like, oh, I just want to hug them and say it's gonna be okay.
Mhm.
It's, you're in Disney.
Mhm.
And, just enjoy it and relish it. But it's fun. It's a lot of fun. We have a lot of great memories, core memories there. And
Mhm.
I'll never forget, even when she was 5 and we took her to Disney World, they had a celebration parade
Mhm.
going on, and she, for years, thought it was for her birthday.
Oh my goodness.
She truly believed, because we
Oh.
had gone to Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique that
Uh-huh.
morning, got in early to the park
Uh-huh.
and got to walk through, and she went to Bibbidi Bobbidi, got dolled up, and she had the sash that said it's my birthday. And so when the parade went by, they stopped, and it was like a little dance party, and they brought her out, and she's like, oh, it's for my birthday. I mean, she really truly believed it. And years
Oh.
later, I couldn't tell her. I was like, no, I'm gonna let her believe it.
Uh-huh.
6-year, 7-year-old little Bella. I was like, yes, that was for your birthday.
Mhm.
That's right. So yeah, it's pretty crazy
So
that,
sweet.
we just really have some great core memories there.
Yeah.
We even, so in 23, we did that Disneyland trip and took a tour. They had added this new behind the scenes tour,
Mhm.
and visiting Walt's apartment was on that tour.
Yes, I know somebody who's done that tour.
Yeah, and I cried.
Mhm.
I was so emotional just thinking like, oh my God,
Yeah.
he was here. This was a part of it. And then
Yeah.
it all connects to like mom and dad made, with
Mhm.
what little they had, put a trip together for me and my brothers and sisters, and
Yeah.
we got to do this, and I was like, this is full circle. It was full circle. Indeed. Even my daughter was like,
Yeah.
this is unbelievable. She's like, I can't believe we're here.
Yeah.
Um, Such a magical moment. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what I think
So,
a lot of times when people who just don't get it because they haven't been before think, oh, there's all these people who just love this company. And
hmm,
that's not what it is at all. It's
yeah.
what this place evokes inside of us in terms of feelings and the memories. And so when
Hmm,
I feel myself getting emotional about Walt, and you hear recordings of him saying certain
hmm.
things, it's for me just gratitude. And I notice that you're wearing a shirt that says grateful. Like it's
Oh,
it's
yeah.
it's the gratitude that this person created this thing that has brought me and my family so much joy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what it is for. I don't
Yeah.
want to cry on today's episode.
I know.
Not
I
today.
know. Yeah, not today. Before we sign off, I wanted to share something with you and why. I mean, there's other podcasters out there with, do trip reports, but you resonated with me, and I'm gonna try not to cry.
Oh.
Again, a mom to a single child, and your relationship, and
Hmm.
he's just amazing. Uh, but I just felt like you get excited, and maybe because, and I hope it's not. I think you're a genuine person, but others that have done it for so long,
Hmm.
I listen to theirs, and I don't know if it's the way they edit it to a disservice of themselves. They don't sound as interested. They
Hmm.
don't, they just sound like the person's talking, and then they're like, okay, and then what about this? What did you? You are so just like, I feel you and hear. You ask the questions that I'm wondering, and you bring out the people's excitement, and you just have the better quality of podcast and trip reports. So I just want to
Oh,
commend you on that.
thank you. Thank you so much. I
You're very welcome.
I'm glad it's coming across. I genuinely love talking to people about this kind of thing.
Yeah,
And to me, like I said before we even started recording, I was like, this is just going to be a conversation. Yes, it's an
yeah,
interview, and I'm like trying to think about the editing parts, like remembering if I hear something where I'm like, okay, wait, we need to
yeah,
say that again, that sort of thing.
yeah.
So I'm listening to it in that way, but really it's just a conversation. And to me, like it's the most important thing for me is to actually really truly connect with the person I'm talking to and for
All
it to
right.
feel like we're sitting in the same room together. So that's my goal.
Yeah. Oh, you're doing an awesome
Oh,
job.
thank you.
And I just really, wanted to commend you on that.
Thank you.
And one of the other things, I don't know if you've heard of the Myers, what is it? The Seth Meyers and his brother Josh have a podcast about road trips,
Oh, I have
family
not.
road trips.
Okay.
And they also mentioned Efteling because they
Uh-huh.
did after college, both of them went to do a comedy thing at a theater there in Amsterdam.
Mm-hmm.
So they had lived there for a while. But they always have these, common questions that they ask all of their celebrity guests that are on. And I wanted to suggest something to you
Okay.
that's unique and different.
Okay.
So I have a Disney bestie. She and I got to know each other through our children going to school, and she and I actually took a trip, just the mamas,
Uh-huh.
to Disney in 20, I think it was 2015. It was the last year of the Osborne Lights,
Uh-huh.
and our children were still young, and I think they were in middle school, junior high at the time, and there was moments they didn't speak to us because of this, but they're like, you can't go to Disney without us, but we did,
Mm-hmm.
and we had a wonderful time. So she and I are always on this quest of thrifting, Goodwill, whatever, and we were like, oh my God, I can't believe I found this, Disney sweatshirt, brand new tags on it. Or the latest one is this obscure souvenir. And that's what I was going to suggest to you is ask your guests of maybe one of their own or what they viewed in the shops as the most obscure souvenir.
Okay.
It was a Polynesian 50th anniversary, so 2021, um, collection, I guess. But this set was a pineapple cookie jar.
Uh-huh.
And I will share pictures with you later. I'll email them to you. It's a pineapple cookie jar, and then it was a chip and dip uh, platter,
Uh-huh.
if you could call it a set,
Mm-hmm.
because it wasn't a platter. It came apart. There's four little plates around this piece in the middle that was a bowl, so
Mm-hmm.
you could put the salsa in there,
Sure.
and then these chips on. It was the most obscure thing, but she recognized it because the pineapple on one side had like a little tiki guy,
Uh-huh.
I guess you could call the character, but on the other side, she said it had the 50th, and I recognized the 50th logo from all the other 50th celebrations. And she goes, but I don't understand the connection. And I said, well, was it, why do you sell a cookie jar with a chip and dip platter?
Uh-huh.
And she said she found an old something online when she searched, and it was sold as a
It
set,
was
and
sold
it
together
was
originally. Weird. Okay.
$85. Yeah. And because I was like, was it like a gift to the cast members that worked at Polly?
Uh-huh.
It was so obscure. Not only that, she came across it in a little bitty town outside of our town, and it was $7.
Wow.
Perfect
What a
condition.
find.
And she said when when she picked it, she goes, I don't know why, but I had to have it because it was just so tacky and obscure. And she said that when she took it up to the counter, the ladies at the counter were like, "Oh, someone's finally buying it." I'm like, "Well, how long has it been sitting there?"
Mm-hmm.
And where did it come from, and how did it get to this little town in the
Mm-hmm.
middle of nowhere? So I just thought that would be
Someone
a good suggestion.
cleaning out their house and was like, I
Yeah,
haven't used
I
this.
said
I bought it and I
it,
never used it.
a gift. I
That's so
don't know,
funny.
but I just thought it was hilarious. Wait till you see the pictures. They're
Okay.
hilarious. And I'm so excited. I was like, we are using this. And
I
she goes, I knew you would appreciate it.
I am always on the hunt for random things like that when
Yeah,
I'm out.
yeah,
Alex has gotten into, like most teenagers lately, it seems like, have gotten into thrifting. And so I've taken
yeah,
him a
yeah,
couple of times and he's, scouring the racks for whatever. And I'm like, is there anything Disney in here?
yeah. That's my first
Yeah.
priority, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well,
Yeah,
I
I have
love
not
that
had that
suggestion.
luck. That just a thought.
Yeah, I love that. I love that, and
Uh,
thank you for recommending the, Seth Meyers thing. I like him. I did not know that he
yes,
had his own
yeah,
podcast about that sort of thing, so I'll have to check it
yeah.
out.
The Myers brothers road tripping,
Mhm. Okay.
something like that. They're hilarious.
Okay. I
They're
will I
hilarious.
will
Their
find a
parents
link.
are
I'll
hilarious.
find a link to it and
Yeah.
put it in the show notes as well so that if anybody, is looking for it, they can also just find it there easily.
Yeah. And plus he's out of New York, so
Yeah.
you'll probably, appreciate the
Uh-huh.
stuff he talks about.
Yeah, yeah, love it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this has been so much fun, and I cannot wait to hear how it all goes. And I'm sure listeners are going to be
Excited.
so excited to hear this and just have a magical trip. I love this
Thank
for
you.
you. I want to live vicariously through you. So that's what I'm going to
Oh,
do.
I'll share as much as I can. My Disney bestie has made sure, and I've learned a lot about Instagram
hmm
with my daughter being gone and
hmm
sharing a lot. So, yeah, I'll be posting a lot.
Well, have a wonderful time, and I'll talk to you very soon.
Looking forward to it. Thank you, Virginia.
Thank you to Carmen for being on the show. I really had such fun chatting that even when I went back to edit the episodes, I was enjoying our conversation all over again. And that is the truth. If you have a trip you are planning and are interested in being a Trip Report guest, please go to my website, whereilongtobepodcast.com, and submit through the Be Our Guest link. I am currently looking for people who are traveling in spring 2026 and beyond. That's all for now. Head on to the next episode to hear Carmen's post trip report and make sure that you are subscribed to the show so that you'll always have the latest episode ready to go in your queue in your podcast app of choice. With that, as always, keep daydreaming about where you long to be.